Welcome into scenic Larry H. Miller Field, the site of the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. Our matchup, the Battle of 800 North, the Orem Tigers and the Timpanogos Timberwolves. So glad to have you along with us, everybody. Dusty Lister with you as we're in Game 3 of the day. And we're going to start with the Orem Tigers, and it's going to be Luke Kimmel, followed by Sawyer Slade, and then Cone Strickland. Pitching today for the Timpanogos Timberwolves is Billy Bird. Timpanogos comes in the number 2 seed in the 5A tournament. As that ball fouled off down the first baseline. Of course, the number 1 seed Olympus Titans got knocked out by Woods Cross in the Super Regional round. Timpanogos handled Uinta. As that ball is swung on and missed for strike 2. Orem made their way through, they got a bye, took on Maple Mountain, took care of business there. They are the 7 seed in this tournament. And now the 0-2 pitch. And that ball fought off by Kimmel. And out of play, we'll do 0-2 again. And of course, these two schools are separated by 800 North. And a few streets on top of that, but still close. Bit of a boundary battle. As Kimmel check swing foul ball. I do have to say, as much as I've always enjoyed Timpanogos as unis, come in second place with the look tonight from Orem. The 0-2 again. Kimmel, this one lifted into shallow left field. And nice job by the shortstop getting over and making the play. That is Tate McGillivray. And that will be the first out of the inning. So that brings up Sawyer Slade. Of course, his brother was a star at Orem on the football field, Ethan. He was a walk-on here at BYU for Coach Kalani Sataki. As he looks at ball 1. And you always know the Slades, I'll wear the 2-watt. Number 20. That ball off the plate and drop. Umpires for tonight. First base, Russ Davey. Third base, Sterling Davey. And on the dish, Brandon Riley. And this ball lifted into the infield. McGillivray going to come over and take care of business. So 2 away with 2 putouts from McGillivray. And there's 2 out. So Cone Strickland, the first baseman. And this ball fouled off, or fouled out of play. And again, fouled out of play. So Billy Bird living in the zone, getting swings, and getting some cheap strikes here. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And the 0-2 wide of the plate. Just a bit outside. And I didn't expect anything less than a Timberwolf great to disagree with my uniform take, but Alex Wolf is out there watching. And this ball chopped to the third base side, taken cleanly. On the way to first is going to be airmailed. It's going to go away to the screen, but it will not lead to extra bases here for Strickland. So Strickland will reach on the throwing error as it was fielded perfectly by Brighton Tate. But the throw off the mark and a runner on with 2 outs. So Merrick Bostock will come to the plate. And that ball bounces. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Bostock. And the 1-0 hit well in the left field is going to fall in for a base hit, so a 2-out single. That runner going to go from first to, no, Strickland hung up between second and third, held on. And so there'll be runners on first and second with 2 outs for the Tigers. So a quick little conference here for Timpanogos. Usually I was talking with the coach between games, and talking about the first inning, and he said, hey, look, 3 innings. Just you have to weather the storm sometimes. And so the way game starts and when it will continue to go, and just staying level-headed here. But with a little bit of traffic and 2 outs, not a big deal, but an opportunity nonetheless for Orem as Owen Miller swings through that first one and count as 0-1. Not holding the runner at first base, playing back on the infield to get the out. And the 0-1 wide of the mark, count even up, but ball and a strike. Interestingly, they're shading to the right side. Luke Livingston's got good speed and good ball skills. Playing it straight up in center field, but playing the right field toward the line and left field toward center. And now the 1-1. Big swing, strike 2. The elevated pitches to get the strikes. See if he goes down and away at the breaking piece here. And he does, goes outside, got the swing and the miss. Hit 2-1 and Strandham. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and we're tied at 0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships.
Okay.
And welcome back into Larry H. Miller Field. Dusty Lidster with you. Again, day 1 of the bracket play here in the 5A state tournament. Woods Cross in the 17th seed beat Brighton this morning, and they moved on. They will take on Lehigh, who 10-run Viewmont at 1:30. Of course, Timpanogos Orem right now, our nightcap, Jordan and Salem Hills. If it's anything like the game a year ago, we're going to be here till about midnight. I feel like we're going to be that Florida Panther and Carolina Hurricanes hockey game the other day that was 7 overtimes. Fits like last year anyway. As that pitch is in there for called strike 1, leading things off for the Timpanogos Timberwolves is Tate McGillivray. And the pitching for Orem is Owen Miller, as that one misses wide of the plate. Count a ball and a strike to McGillivray. Fights that one off. The count goes to ball and 2 strikes. Mentioned Timpanogos has been a perennial power in baseball in the city of Utah for quite some time. school that was completed in the late 90s, but immediately Coach Kim Nelson, who was already a legend to all the stuff he did at American Fork, just continued to bring in, really build this terrific program, a bunch of kids. And I always give him a shout out. He kind of started the whole thing. Alex Wolf, I believe it was back-to-back. He always has to correct me. Of course, Alex was he was drafted with Jared Saltamacchia. That finished his baseball career here at BYU for Coach Law. His brother Tanner called one of the state championship. Tanner pitched against, I believe it was against Bingham. They kind of melt together over time. As the 2-2 lifted in the shallow, or probably lifted down in the right field, going toward the line. That's foul. That was one of those balls off the read. I was like, I think it's going to go foul, but then you kind of start wondering if it's going to go fair or kiss the foul pole. It does land foul, and it'll be a long strike. 2-2. Gilray, a .441 hitter on the season. That 2-2 pitch fouled down the third base line. Good cloud cover is going to mean this 4:30 time. We should be hopefully okay to not have the crazy shadows we'll see later on this week as McGilvray hits that one on the screws back up the middle. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Timberwolves. So that brings up Luke Livingston, one of our absolute favorites during our football coverage. Luke was the leading receiver in the state of Utah his sophomore year, led the state in receiving yards and touchdown catches. Last year as a junior, spent a lot of the year playing quarterback. All the injuries. I've never seen a football team have so many injuries to important players than Timpanogos football last year, but we did every one of their games on Rewind. And one of our absolute favorites. Luke going to lay down a bunt, try to beat this out in the first. Won't. They say, yeah, he was on. I thought maybe he might have been straddling the bag. First base coach thought so too, but the sacrifice bunt's going to advance the runner to second as Livingston retired for the first out. So one out, a runner in scoring position here for the Timberwolves. So, question about being an interference. I think he has the right to straddle the bag on the catch. That's really close, right? Because he can't get direct path to the bag. But what it does say is if the runner does hit him, then it would have been. Luke would have gone through him because he's in the runner lane, especially. Of course, scorebook extraordinaire, Elena, to my right. You may or may not always hear Elena. But quick little conversation up the middle here. So at the plate now, Brighton Tate. Count 1 ball and no strikes to Tate. Count the outer part of the plate, called strike 1. The 1-1. Oh! That caught some plastic on that. He's checking a quick little concussion protocol test. There's nothing else, maybe a little joking with your with the kid, but glad to say he's okay there, Brighton. Just fine down there at first base. Buzzed the tower and caught it. So now the pitcher Billy Bird coming to the plate, the chance to help his cause here with the runner on first, with runners on first and second. Bounces the first pitch. One ball, no strikes, 1 out, and 2-1. For .330 batting average on the season, 29 runs driven in, and make that 30. A ball into right field, going to plate 1. Coming around third is McGillivray in for the first run of the day. And going from first to third is Brighton Tate, as Billy Bird picks up his 30th RBI on the season and gives Timpanogos a 1-0 lead. And of course, we'll have a speed-up runner for Billy Bird. Our courtesy runner is number 5, Tyler Hunter.
Courtesy runner for Timpanogos, number 5, Tyler Hunter.
So Caden Harding will step in here. He looks at ball 1. So runners on the corners and 1 out. Big swing from Harding. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. And now the 1-1. Breaking ball bounced. 2 balls and 1 strike to Harding. Batted .343 through 25 games. Drove in 20, 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run on the season. And that one bounced as well, so 3 balls and 1 strike, and earned his way here for Harding. Imagine to see something straight here. Caden sees a 3-1 pitch wide of the plate, and the bases are loaded. So 3 ducks on the pond to be coming up with Tanner Morgan. And a quick conversation on the mound here for the Orem Tigers gives us a chance to thank some people who are helping us out. I want to thank, as always, Heidemann and Associates, a full-service law firm. Look, if you have a business question, if like you had someone wronged you in a, you think maybe it was a Ponzi scheme or anything else, right? Thought you were wronged. You have a case, go to Heidemann Associates, get a free consultation. Just go to utah.law, find the law office nearest you. And or if you need to get your living will and trust set up, it's a flat rate fee, living will and trust. And nobody I trust more than Justin Heidemann to help me out in any legal situation. Again, that's Heidemann Associates right here in Provo. Go to utah.law to set up a free consultation. So base is loaded, and this can bring up Tanner Morgan. One out. And looks at that bender and misses. Morgan has 23 RBIs, and he hits this one well. The center field, they're playing him shallow. No chance to catch up to this one. Going to get all the way to the wall. It's going to be a base-clearing double for Morgan. And it's a 4-run first for Timpanogos. Tanner Morgan didn't miss any of that one. Played him shallow, standing on the logo. no chance to go track that ball down to win about 398 feet. And a big crooked number here for Coach Kim Nelson's team.
The right fielder, number 21, Landon Young.
Tend to hesitate here, Larry Miller Field. We're a little higher, and sometimes these balls initially get hit. You think, oh, it's going to get the wall, and it doesn't. So it took me just 1 second to kind of get my feel for where that ball was. As that one misses wide of the plate, count now 1-0 to Landon Young, the right fielder. He's looking for RBI number 12 on the season. That one's bounced, and the count goes quickly. 2 balls and no strikes. Good spot to be in for Landon. The 2-0. Again bounced. Tough first inning here for Owen Miller. And that 3-0 pitch in there for called strike 1. And now the 3-1. Wide of the plate, ball 4. Just missed. So 2 back on the bags here for Timpanogos. So runners on first and second. And 1 out. As they bring up Colin Morgan. And Colin chops this into the third base side. He got a chance. 5, 4, 3 in time. Got the double play ball to get out of the inning, but a big, big inning for Timpanogos. They plate 4 in their first plate appearance. They go to the top of the second inning, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Timpanogos Timberwolves. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament.
Okay. Then shoot, I can't do time. Doesn't chill to the be allowed. Only know that
So Zach Engelman going to lead things off for Orem in the top of the second inning. And Billy Bird on the hill for Timpanogos. And it called strike 1. And now the 0-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball hit well in the left field. Ranging back, taking on the back pedal. And able to make the catch. Nicely done out there in left field. As Yakuchuk able to track that one down. Saw left fielders in the last game struggle with that ball. I don't know if it was a sunglass issue or what, but we had a left fielder. I see him just 2 balls in the air, kind of stick his hands out. He didn't know where it was. Did it twice. And the sun's starting to peek back out after we had the cloud cover. Is coming to the plate now is Easton Davies. And that one back to the screen. So count now, no balls and 2 strikes. So now the 0-2 pitch. This one's going to find the outfield grass. Going to get down. Going to round first, heading into second. It'll be a stand-up double for Easton Davies. So nice response here from Orem. Long ball game. Get some guys on bases and try to move them around as Davies there with the one-out double. So coming to play now is Aiden Sheets, the right fielder. And Sheets fouls that one out of play. And now the 0-1. That one fouled. Out of play down the right field line. And the count quickly 0-2. And Sheets with the chance to pick up an RBI and cut into this deficit. The 0-2. Out wide the plate, so the count goes a ball and 2 strikes. And a big swing and a miss. Strike 3 in the second out of the inning as Sheets goes down on strikes. And for Bird, it's his first K of the day. That means a Maddox Lamoureux, a shortstop. 9-hole hitter, top of the order coming up next. Let's see if they can bridge it. That ball fouled back. Yeah, Bird. I mean, there's chances you can try to throw by, but it's also get a swing and produce outs or help him put strikes on the count. Chop that one back. Bird fields his position, throw to first, and that will do it. They get a double from Davies, and doesn't lead anything. Leave a man on as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Again, Timpanogos 4, Orem 0. You're watching 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. So welcome back in. Dusty Litster with you here at Larry Miller Field. As leading off the inning for Timpanogos is Jax Yakowicz. Of course, Yakowicz made that catch in left field in last inning. Fouled that one off down the line. So 9-1-2 due up here for the Timberwolves. And now the 0-1 wide of the plate. The 1-1. Oh! That is the second hit batsman in the head. Now that one was part of the movement, right? He kind of put his head into that one. Not meaning to. It's kind of a thing. And thank goodness they're breaking balls. Remember the first time I ever got hit by a baseball, hit by a pitch right in the chin. I was 9 years old. Ty Alderson, I'll never forgive him. Apollo was in there for a called strike 1. Ty Alderson didn't let me forget it either. We played later on. He was 4 years older than me. We played high school baseball together. Yeah, still gave me crap about that. Chopped that one back to the mound. Handled clean. He had to get his feet back underneath him. Pulled him off the bag. Yeah, he's safe. Orem's going to come out to have a little bit of an argument, but I thought it did pull him off the bag. Mr. Umpire is right there. Going to plead their case, but Aiden Sheets, like, look, I threw that one off the mark and thought he took care of business, but did not. As I mentioned a few times, I've coached these conversations. I'm not sure what we always think we're going to get out of it, other than it just feels good to always feels good to kind of get some things off your chest. But if it pulls them off the bag, and Mr. Umpire says, look, it pulled them off the bag. Tell me how. Well, he threw it wide of the mark, and his foot came off the bag. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So I got to tell you, good crowd on hand here from these two Utah County schools. So we're going to have the throwing area, E1. So McGillivray reaches on the air, runners on first and second as Luke Livingston pulls back on ball one. Luke, who sacrificed bunt his first time up. Livingston again with the bunt. Right back to the pitcher, no play at third. Livingston's going to reach on the fielder's choice and able to pop back up is Jakowicz, and he's going to score. The throw to second not in time. So Livingston reaches on the fielder's choice, takes second on the throw. The run comes in, and it is 5-0 Timpanogos with runners on second and third. So no RBI there for Luke Livingston as the runner scores on the error. The back-to-back errors from the Orem defense. And that is going to bring up Brighton Tate, who walked and scored last inning. You got McGillivray on third and Luke Livingston on second. The chance to really just blow this game wide open. It was a 1-0 game in game one of the day, where the only run of the game came in the top of the seventh inning. The infield drawn in, nice play at short, backhand on the dive, throw to first, and time, yes. And Livingston's going to run into the third out. He thought McGillivray went on the throw. He did not. Now Livingston trying to pump fake his way, and everybody's safe. And some people would be frustrated with the Orem player for that. But here's the deal. Either don't throw and get everyone back, or you airmail that thing and give a run-up. Much rather everybody gets safe when we have two outs. Or pardon me, one out. And I'll bring up Billy Bird. That was a terrific play by Maddox Lamoro. As Bird had the RBI single in the first. Looks at ball one there. Getting the infield drawn in. Got a freeze on a line drive on the base paths. As he hits this one down the right field line and foul. And the count evened up at a ball and a strike. And now the 1-1. This is down and in, but got away. So the wild pitch is going to plate the run from McGillivray. Now, I apologize, our score where we missed that. 6. Here we go. 6-0. The lead for Timpanogos. So a 2-1 count to Bird. Back to the screen. Evens is up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Bird lifts this one into right field, going to fall in, and that is going to be a one-out RBI single as Billy Bird now with 2 runs driven in and back-to-back, or has 2 runs driven in as he has RBI singles and back-to-back at-bats. And it is now 7-0 Timpanogos. And that is going to be the day for Owen Miller. So Miller will come off. We'll have a pitching change. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. You are watching the 5A State Baseball Tournament. So pitcher now is Carter Hall. And coming to the plate is Caden Harding. Now misses. So he's going to inherit a runner on first and 1 out. Runner goes, everyone hit and run there. The only reason he's swinging is because hit and run. Protect your base runner. Of course, Coach Nelson coaches third base and does all of his own signs. Luckily for Slade there. Slade dropped the ball in the exchange. Fortunate to get that back. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh! And we're evened up, 2-2. That was a hula pitch. Trying to get away from that one. And no. I don't think he went. And you always hear me share, because Mark Gubaza does it every Angels game. There's not a rule definition of a check swing. And now the payoff pitch. Oh! And a hit batsman. The 3rd of the day from Orem pitchers. There's another runner on. So Harding wears it, and now he'll come off as the courtesy runner. Going to be number 1. That's Dylan McWhorter.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Tanner Morgan.
So Tanner Morgan comes up. Had a 3 RBI double his last time up. And that one misses up. It was a base clearing 3 RBI double. And now the 1-0. Late action on that one's in there for a called strike. Carter Hall coming on in favor of Owen Miller. I'm trying to find a way to hold down this powerful Timpanogos offense. Misses wide of the plate. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And now the 2-1, foul to the screen. Evens us up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mentioned that great at bat from Morgan, but he's go through this lineup. RBI single for Bird. He has 2 of them. You have the 3 RBI double for Tanner Morgan. Yeah, the RBI being another one from Bird. Is that one is swung on a miss for strike 3. And the second out of the inning. The only reason I like to point that out is that, yeah, we had some hit batsmen and some walks, but these aren't walked-in runs. You got a couple errors, but they're hitting the ball, is Timpanogos. We just got done seeing the hitting expedition from Lehigh. We had 4 hitters in a row consecutively all get to the wall. We had back-to-back triples and then 2 doubles. So first one misses the mark. Big swing there from Landon Young. Evens the count, the ball and a strike. And now the 1-1 off. Well, no, that does catch the corner. Strike 2. And may have crossed up Slade there. About the only time you get a called strike and you see the catcher pop up and run out to go talk to his pitcher is to say, hey, that's not what I call, but at least you got a strike out of it. And now the 1-2 count. Up and out. Evens the count. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, and 2 out. That one's wide of the plate. Count goes full. So there we go. Everybody will be in motion here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Guys move on the kick. Here they go. Runners go. Called strike 3 on the breaking ball. He throws Landon Young there, and that will do it for the second inning. But Timpanogos plates 3 more as we head to the third. It is Timberwolves 7, Orem 0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com.
Alton Land.
Apologize, had a bit of a little glitch there, but Luke Kimmel got hit on the hands there. They have to check him out, and that's what's always hard. Taking in the shoulder, catching in the ribs, things like that, but your hand has got all these little bones, and it hurts. Being an Angels fan always knocks out Mike Trout. He gets hit on his hand, and nothing you can do. So immediately, Billy Bird looks at me, hey man, didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that, my fault. So that's going to bring up Sawyer Slade, and Sawyer looks at ball 1. Sawyer flew out to short. Then we opened up with 2 pop-ups. So the shortstop. And that one's off the plate. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. And now the 2-0. Hit well by Slade in the left center field. They're going to carry. It is not. What I'm talking about. We had a bunch today. We see the ball immediately off the bat thinking that ball is going to carry. Thought Slade caught it, but he did not. Not even warning track power. As that one is taken care of by Luke Livingston for the first out of the inning. And kind of rule of thumb is you see that ball hit well is you immediately find the outfielders. They'll tell you whether or not it's going to carry based on their movement. That brings up Cone Strickland. That one misses. 1-0 is wide of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, we'll have our last game of the night. The 7 o'clock game is going to be Jordan and Salem Hills. They'll come up, and the winner of this game will play the winner of that one. Tomorrow we'll be getting started at 11 o'clock, just like today. Where our teams who lost today will play. So Brighton will take on Viewmont. Tomorrow morning we'll play at 1:30 to play the winner later on. So enjoy the new format of the state tournaments. We had the super regionals instead of just being a straight up double elimination tournament to make your way through. And then the championship series, best of 3, starting on Friday. Is that one in there for a called strike? Of course, we'll have game 1 Friday, and then game 2, and then if needed, game 3 on Saturday. And now the 3-1. Strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. And a runner on first. And Bird steps off. And the payoff pitch, chopped foul down the third base line. A solid effort there by Brighton Tate. But we'll stay at a full count. And again, fouled away. Colin Strickland not going to go down easy. A lot of times you see these battles, and the hitter's is going to come through in the end. And once again, the 3-2. And now Strickland steps out. The 3-2 is up and away. And that'll put runners on first and second as Bird, who had been very consistent the first 2 innings, faced 5 hitters in the first inning, 4 in the second. Led this inning off with a hit batsman and now the walk. But 1 out, runners on first and second. And that's going to bring up Merrick Bostock. And Merrick hits that one sharply in the left field. Going to bring a run home. And nobody looking at third. That ball's going to get away. So runners will advance to second and third. As McGillivray threw that one to third base and nobody looking. He was immediately caught in between initially of where to throw the ball, but then decides to throw it into third base and nobody home. Remember we had that in our last game. This ball lifted in the right field. Still tailing back. Catch going to be made. Runner tags going to come in. That's the second run of the inning here for Orem. So sacrifice fly going to advance, bring the runner in to score, but also advance the runner to third, as there are two away for the Tigers. So Zach Engelman comes on. And an umpiring legend sits here so he can make sure we have all the rules. As Engelman will step in. The runner on third and 2 outs. Looks to strike one. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 inside. And now the 1-2. Bounce inside. That's going to bring in a run. So it's away from the catcher. And it's a 3-run inning for Orem. I was talking with somebody else between innings. He said, hey, this Orem team did a crazy game against Maple Mountain in Game 2 of their Super Series or their Super Regional. One on a walk-off home run in Game 2, and then Game 3, the same deal. Maple Mountain had hit a 3-run bomb, and then it was a 2-out, 3-run homer for Orem. They got him here today. So follow that back up, and here's the hit from Zach Engelman. And Engelman rounds first, heading into second. Kind of hung up in between, but the relay throw off the mark. And Zach Engelman, being aggressive on the base paths, is going to take second base. So, score the runs on the pass balls. And now another run in scoring position with 2 outs. So it's a single with an error on the shortstop, giving him second base. So brings up Easton Davies, the left fielder. And Easton doubled his last time up. Looks at ball 1. Complexion of this game would change a bit. It's 7-4. A 2-run shot would definitely change the complexion of this game. The 1-0 in there for a called strike. So a quick timeout. Get Harding and Bird on the same page. And got him. So Bird been a little unravelly here. As Coach Nelson can come out and have a little chat with him. I'll just mute. We'll step away real quick. Bottom of the third inning for Timpanogos. Been quite the offensive day for the Timberwolves. Scored 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. And how they followed that up. It'll be interesting. That one is off the mark. Count evened up at a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 is bounced. 2 balls and a strike. And now the 2-1. Was fouled off. So now the 2-2 is off the plate as well. So count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And once it's sharply foul. And that ball shot to second base. Handled cleanly and taken care of easily by Zach Engelman. So Young retired for the first out of the inning. So come to the plate now is Yakochuk, and he swings through the first one. So one out, nobody on, and the 9-hole hitter. So top of the order coming up next is Yakochuk looks at that one. And that down the first base line, taken cleanly. He was so lackadaisical with it. It took me a second there. Colin Strickland had it. I wait for the umpire to point. All right, yeah, it is fair. As Yakochuk retired for the second out.
The shortstop, number 10, Nick McGillivray.
So that one in for a called strike to take McGillivray back to the top of the order for Timpanogos. The 0-1. Foul down the line. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to McGillivray, who looks at ball 1. So the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ooh. I would understand why they thought that'd be called strike 3, the way today's been. Yeah, it's been a favorable inner half of the plate. Didn't get it there, and then the hit batsman, McGillivray. So it was a close, near strike 3 that leads to a hit batsman. So lead off, well, the number 1 hole hitter, Board. So 2 out hit batsman. That brings up Luke Livingston.
Number 2, Luke Livingston.
So runner on first base and 2 outs. As that one misses wide of the plate. Livingston sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Once again, attempted sacrifice bunt in the second. Reached on an error and scored. A throw over. Lifted not in time. So a ball and no strikes here to Luke Livingston. That one misses off the mark. 2 balls and no strikes. Livingston, a 300 hitter. And that one bounced. So the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0 finds the middle part of the plate. And the count goes to 3-1. And now the 3-1 to Livingston. He holds off, throw down to second. Not in time. McGillivray's in there. So advance the runner to second. And now a chance to pick up an RBI for Livingston as the count goes full. Livingston has 19 RBIs on the year. And Slade takes a quick second to make sure they're on the same page. He and Carter Hall. And now the payoff pitch. Foul back to the screen, and we'll do it again. Again, you're not going to McGillivray take off because ball 4, they can throw it down the third for the out. And called strike 3. He goes outside with the pitch, got the call, and that will do it. A goose egg in the third for Timpanogos. We go to the top of the fourth, and it is Timpanogos 7, Orem 3. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. And welcome back in. Dusty Litster with you here at Larry H. Miller Field is stepping in to lead off the inning for Orem is Lamoro. And he looks at ball 1. And Lamoro fouls that one out of play. Count even. Got a ball and a strike. And now the 1-1. And that one, too, fouled away. There's that one. Fouled the screen. So a ball and 2 strikes. To Lamoro, who kind of back to the pitcher his first time up. And this one flared towards center field. And nothing to do there. Nice job of ranging over, making the play. Landon Young. So that brings up Luke Kimmel, whose last time up took one off the hands. Reached on a hit batsman, chops this one back to Bird. Bird takes care of business, and it's a quickly 2 outs here in the inning.
The catcher, number 20, Sawyer Slade.
So and that one finds the zone or Sawyer Slade. And Slade looks at strike 1. That one, strike 2. Switching halves here. And now the 0-2 pitch to Slade. Fights that one off. Count will remain 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. And one to burn there. Bounces it. Orm's not able to play the run in this inning. They're going to feel pretty bad about it. Flare this one to right, and that will be. They put up a goose egg at the top half, or probably the bottom half of the third. The chance to maybe cut into this deficit. They go 1-2-3 in the inning, and that will do it. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's still Timpanogos 7, Orem 3. You're watching the 2023 5A State Tournament.
The third baseman, number 23, Bryson Tate.
So Brighton Tate leads off the inning, and first pitch, single. Right back through the box. Here in the bottom of the 4th, so runner aboard. Leadoff man is on for Coach Nelson and Timpanogos.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Billy Bird.
That brings up Billy Bird with the runner on. He has 2 RBIs on the day in his 2 plate appearances, and he wears this one. So hit by a pitch, and the first 2 are on. How baseball goes sometimes, where we'll see if Orem's able to hold this down defensively. But a lot of times you'll have a guy that you have an inning where you get to 0 finally, then you come back up offensively and don't make something happen, and then the other team comes right back and plates a couple of runs. So now Caden Harding will come to the plate. Harding shows bunt and gets down a very nice bunt. Harding's going to reach first. That's an infield single. So everybody aboard, bases loaded as Harding, that was a perfectly placed bunt. Soft hands, puts it down, and the bases are loaded with no outs for Timpanogos. Very well done.
Dylan Porter, number 1, courtesy runner for the Timberwolves. First base, number 17.
So brings up Tanner Morgan. And Morgan had last time he came up to the plate with bases loaded, he unloaded them. A 3-run double back in the first inning. And they're playing him shallow in center field again. As that one misses up, the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. And now the 2-0 pitch. Misses up as well, so count goes to 3-0. Nowhere to put him. Usually go 3-0 take, 3-1 yellow light. The 3-0 in there for called strike 1. And the 3-1 lifted into shallow right field. It might be deep enough. The catch made, the throw is up the line, and a run will come in. So sacrifice fly as coming in is the 8th run of the day for Timpanogos. And scoring that run was Brighton Tate. So runners on the corners after the sacrifice fly. So Landon Young will come to the plate. Landon 0 for 2 on the day. Shows bunt. A little bit fortunate that ball went foul. A little sharp to first base to give him a chance to make the plate. No, because your runner at third's got to hold up, make sure it doesn't catch it. And the 0-1 misses inside. Oh, he didn't miss inside. It just missed his elbow inside. And now the 1-1. Breaking ball, called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And called strike 3 on the inner half. So now 2 outs.
The second baseman, number 9, Colin Morgan.
And this ball to the right side is going to play to run. Can go from first to third, keep runners on the corners. And another run played for Timpanogos. And it is now 9-3. Nice piece of hitting there by Landon Young. We're going a little George Brett checking the pine tar length. And I think that's upon request. Yeah, it has to be. Probably that was Colin Morgan with the RBI single. So Yakuchuk comes up, the 9-hole hitter. Count goes following those strikes. And this ball hit well in the left center field, making the wrong run over there to make the catch. Absolutely well done by Luke Kimmel. Yakuchuk gave it a scare but couldn't get it to find the grass. So we head to the top of the 5th inning, and it is Timpanogos 9, Orem 3. You're watching the 2023 5A state tournament.
Leading off for Orem, the first baseman, number 9, Orem Strickland.
And Strickland offers it the first pitch, and his at bat lifts this one in the right field for the first out of the inning. Landon Young there to make the catch. And Merrick Bostock will come to the plate. Merrick's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and a run driven in. As that's in there for called strike 1. That one misses. Or probably that one's in there. Count even. Ball on the strike. The 1-1. And again, to right field. Young coming in and is there to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 away here for the Orem Tigers as the lip-seek maniac, Coach Haney, comes in. Coach Haney's ready for another high-scoring game tonight. I can feel it. You see Coach. Always like seeing Coach Scott Haney. One of the good ones. This ball lifted well in the right field. How about this? 3 batters, 3 fly balls to right field, and Young there to take care of every one of them. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's a 6-run lead for Timpanogos. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament.
Okay. then shoot I can't die 가슴 질투 더 높이 올라와 공기도 달라 so high.
And welcome back in. Dusty Lister with you. Timpanogos leading 9-3 as we're in the bottom of the fifth inning. And we'll be at the top of the order. Tate McGillivray leading things off for Coach Kim Nelson and the Timpanogos Timberwolves. Oh. We've had a couple of towers buzzed and hit. Not even just buzzed. We've had splash 3. As Maverick would say. As that one misses, count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. And that one misses as well. So leadoff walk for McGillivray, going to bring up Luke Livingston. I don't know, Luke's had something on. You probably see Luke bunt here. We've had him in a bunt attempt, 2 successful bunt attempts, but he's attempted in every at bat today. Livingston. Third baseman's playing up, and he's showing bunt. And he's going to try to push it. The thing is, you want to get too cute with the bunt. Again, showing it early. And he's going slash. And that ball misses up and in. It is amazing how often showing bunt and that slash action where a pitcher comes up and in. And you work your way into a decent count here. So a ball and a strike to Livingston. As I mentioned before, one of the best wide receivers, at least production-wise, in the state of Utah. Expect a huge senior year from Luke. Whoa! That ball went out of the hand of poor Carter Hall. I mean, that was... I joked around saying Louis Lelouch earlier. I mean, that was very much Bull Durham. I was glad there wasn't a mascot back there. But I'm probably a new pitcher. That is Landon Nix. So 3 balls and 1 strike here to Luke Livingston. All right. Two balls and 1 strike. Livingston not showing this time. And the 2-1 lifted to center field. Trailing toward right field. Might give a shot for the tag to third, and certainly will. So advance the runner on the sack or on the fly ball. Put the runner at third. And 1 out. So McGillivray 90 feet away. And that brings up Brighton Tate. Walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the fourth. Handled well at third, throw to first in time. Nice job there by Merrick Bostic. And I bring up the pitcher, Billy Bird. Bird's got 2 runs driven in today. And his courtesy runner has scored twice. Hits this one to short. That ball's off the mark, and Bird is going to score. Or probably the Bird's going to be safe at first to bring in a run from McGillivray. And so 10-3 the score, Timpanogos, as Bird reaches on the throwing error. And that is the 3rd error of the day for Orem. It has been an error-plagued game. Both teams with 3 errors. So E6, and then the run scores on the throw. For those of you who keep it a book at home. And that ball inside here to Harding. Caden Harding since he was a youngster. Oh, where's that one on the dome? His 2nd time being hit tonight. It's his 3rd walk of the game, if you will. And he's earned it the hard way a couple times and been selected to play in the 5A All-Star game at Linquist Field after the season is over. Versus Dad Ken, one of the good guys. But they're going to come out and talk to Knicks. To remind you, we got another game coming up, nightcap, Jordan and Salem Hills. Coming up next, that game was slotted for 7 o'clock start. Actually, we pretty crisply today. We had the zeros, well, the 1-0 game, game 1 at 11:30. Second game was a 10-run rule. And so everything's going. So Phil McWhorter, courtesy runner at first base. Tanner Morgan has got 4 RBIs on the day. And that one bounced. And now the 1-0. Finds the zone. He was accounting the ball and a strike. And the 1-1. Now misses. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Morgan. Needless to say, if he clears the bases, well, if he hits a home run, the game's over. Where we are in the 5th inning. Looks at that one. Ball 3. Yeah, ball 3. That was one of those ones he knew he might be wrong and he couldn't quite hang on to it. Three balls and 1 strike. And that's wide of the plate. The base is loaded. So 3 T-Wolves on. As that brings up Landon Young. Landon Young made all 3 outs at the top of the inning. Can he drive in some runs in the bottom of the inning? That's in there for a called strike one. And another quick little conference. Novi crossed him up again. The 0-1 misses down. The 1-1 will Bender, no. Hitters count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. And the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch found a way, and so now full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, and runners will be in motion. Anything to the grass could end this game. Not having to freeze on anything. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and there go the runners. Oh! And another one off. I have never seen this many hit batsmen in the helmet. And again, it's not on purpose by any stretch of the imagination. But I have never seen this many hit batsmen in the head. Like ever. That's the second one in this inning. So Young is aboard, and that brings on Colin Morgan. And that's an RBI for Landon Young. So Colin Morgan had an RBI single his last time up to the right side as he looks at ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is in there for called strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Looks at ball 2. Base hit ends the ball game. The 2-1 hit well in the center field. That ball's going to carry and is going to be taken care of easily there in center field by Luke Kimmel. So the threat is over, but Timpanogos does plate 2. It is 11-3 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. You're watching the 2023 5A State Baseball Tournament. So Zach Engelman going to lead things off for Orem. Engelman doubled his last time up. Probably singled, took second on an error. Looks at ball 1. And that one fouled out of play and evens us up. Evens us up at 1-1. Now 1-1. Swung on strike 2. And now the 1-2 off the plate. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Zach Engelman. 1 for 2 on the afternoon, now into evening. As Allen misses down. So count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 off the plate. And a leadoff walk. Interesting, we had a assistant coach from Timpanogos come up to make sure with the official book about, hey, where we are, we have pitches. We had a pitcher in the 3A state tournament who went 2 pitches too many. I would say it was called 5 pitches too many, to where he wouldn't be able to come back within the state tournament. It was on Thursday night, wouldn't be able to pitch. And they just had all they had to do was go ask. Didn't do it. Let him pitch and get a no-hitter in a 10-run ball game. Yeah. Looking ahead as Harding can get a second from the umpire. The umpire and catcher relationship is a very special one. They look out for each other, give each other a chance to catch their breath at times. One of them gets shook up, give them a chance to get their wits about them. So no balls and 2 strikes. Easton Davies. And Davies lays off. Hey, that's what that 0-2 pitch is. Make it enticing. One to burn. That's what that was. Now the 1-2 hit well in the right center field. This ball's going to get to the wall, no doubt. Kick off the wall and out of play. A ground rule double. Going to hold up the runner at third. So it'll be runners on second and third. A nice piece of hitting there from Easton Davies. That's his second double of the day. And that's him bring up Aiden Sheets. And Coach Nelson might be ready to lift Bird here. Again, with runners on second and third and no outs. I might make a pitching change, nothing else, just go over some where we want the ball to go and heads up plays. Again, a reminder, we got a bunch of state tournaments going on. This is the grand finale week of the high school sports season here on KSL Sports Rewind. Got myself here all week long at BYU. JT Wistersill will be locking down UVU and the 6A state baseball tournament as Bird is done. And then, of course, Alex Napolis is up at Zions Bank Stadium, I think it's called, is taking care of soccer, 5A and 6A boys soccer. And then Dane Stewart will be taking care of lacrosse. So have them all right here on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. So Bird's night is done. We'll have a pitching change, and we'll have all that information for you when we come right back. So Aiden Sheets comes up with runners on second and third. This ball bounced back up the middle. Handled by McGillivray on the first as a run scores. So a run scores in the game now 11-4. So pick up the RBI. As that ball popped down the first base line and just out of play. Chase Riggs, the pitcher now for Timpanogos. And, of course, if you follow our football coverage, you recognize the name. Chase Riggs, the starting quarterback at Timpanogos. Is that pitch off the mark? Here to Maddox Lamoro. Count now even a ball and a strike. And that's in there for called strike 2. And the 1-2. Little dribble up at the first baseline. Not going to score the run. Bird takes it and gets the out. So now 2 outs. Top of the order we go on Luke Kimmel. Probably Gray Sundberg can come in to pinch hit for Luke Kimmel. Number 10s, I hear, are pretty clutch in big moments. I don't know if it's a big moment. Gray Sundberg. And it looks a strike 1, or probably strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes here to Sundberg. And the 0-2. No, it misses up. Got a fan that was begging for that one. Riggs kicks and fires on the 1-2. Yes, he did. Strike 3. And 1 run comes in on the jam. So Riggs comes in and does a nice job, gets out of the inning. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's 11-4. Timpanogos come to play. You're watching the 2023 5A State Baseball Tournament.
Okay. Then shoot, I can't die. 무슨 질투 더 높이 올라와. 공기도 달라. So high.
As the ball tackled foul down the first baseline. So 1-1 pitch. This ball lifted in the center field, and that will be taken care of easily. Yakwachuk gave it a ride, but not much on it. But not enough on it, I should say. Not enough on it. As Sundberg ranged over to make the catch. So to the top of the order we go, and Tate McGilvray. And that one misses. Count 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0. Little bender got in on the fist. Shallow center field. And again, Kimmel or Sundberg right there to make the catch. And that's actually Nix out there in center fielder. So 2 outs here, and that brings up Luke Livingston. Back through the box here for Livingston. So Luke will keep the inning alive with a 2-out single. So Livingston away from first. A little bender misses inside. Here on Brighton Tate. Finds 1 for 3 with the run scored today. And leaves that ball up. So the count quickly, 2 balls and no strikes. And that one bounced. So the count now 3 balls and no strikes. And now the 3-0 pitch. Hit well in the left center field. Going to carry it. Will. Going to fall in. McGilray coming around third and is going to score. And that is an RBI double. That's Luke Livingston, pardon me. Of course, Luke Livingston's got the speed to score there. So Livingston with some wheels. And that's an RBI double. Things that have to happen when you don't worry about whether or not it's going to drop in. Well, Brighton Tate with another RBI. And I'll bring up Billy Bird. And Bird lays off that one for ball 1. And looks at strike 1. So on ball and 1 strike here to Bird. Bird singled and scored in the first, drove in a run in the second, was hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth, reached on there and scored last inning. Eventful day for he and his courtesy runner. And of course he pitched until last inning for the Timberwolves. Eventful day for Billy. And hits this one well into shallow right field. Is going to drive in another one. That is 3 RBIs on the day for Billy Bird. Good pitching performance and just as adequate at the plate. So score now 13-4. So that puts the game-ending run at first base is coming in for the courtesy runner. Is Cash McCann. Had been Tyler Hunter. So Cash McCann away from first. Give the youngsters some state tournament experience. But if Caden Harding is able to get a hold of one and be able to score him, that ball backs up the third baseman, gets him off the line. That ball goes out of play. So they put runners at second and third as Harding is aboard on the error. And that brings Dylan McWhirter to second base. So now to the plate comes Chase Riggs. And Riggs looks at strike 1. Base hit ends the ball game here with Chase Riggs. And a count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. game-winning runs at third base. And looks at ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Mentioned Riggs, very good quarterback. Banked up last year, early part of the year. Was able to come back and battle through some injuries. Fouls this one down the first base. Line's going to stay in play. Nice job of getting over there and making the catch. Strickland. So that will do it. Here in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. All Timpanogos, 13-4. You're watching the 2023 5A State Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. So Sawyer Slade leading off the top of the 7th inning. Last chance here for Orem. And the swing through that little breaking ball here from Chase Riggs. Count 0-1. That 0-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. Slade chops this one to short. McGillivray with it. Fire to first. Oh, man, that was a gun. That was a strong arm there from McGillivray. And Slade retired for the first down of the inning. That was a pretty play by McGillivray. What do you say? So that brings up Con Strickland. Con Strickland's kind of been everywhere today. The plate, out in the field. That pitch lifted up down the right field line, tailing toward the bullpen. But there to make the catch is Young for the second down of the inning. Orem down to their final out of the ball game. Winner moves on to take on the winner of Jordan Salem Hills. The loser will take on the loser of the next game as well. And we'll be back here at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Breaking ball misses. Here from Merrick Bostock. Merrick's had a productive day today. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. And the 2-0. In there for a called strike. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs. And the 2-1 lifted out of play. Now we'll get in the bullpen. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The final out for the Tigers. The 2-2 from Riggs, lifted to right field. Young was playing a little shallow. This is going to get him. And Merrick Bostock's going to get the ball all the way to the wall. He'll round second, heading into third. And it is a triple. Merrick Bostock didn't miss any of that one. So a 2-out triple for the Tigers. And that is going to bring up Owen Miller for Orem.
Now batting number 11, Owen Miller.
Miller today was not officially reached. Does have an RBI on a sacrifice fly back in the third. And it's in there for strike one. And no on the inner part of the plate. I think a good ball call there. Drew the pain of the right-handed batter's box. That's for sure. The 1-1. That one misses away. And now the 2-1. Going to drive Young back, but he's in the camp underneath it, and that will do it. Timpanogos going to hang on the win. I shouldn't even say hang on. Timpanogos with an impressive 13-4 win over the Orem Tigers. An impressive day at the plate for Timpanogos, as they will move on to take on the winner of Jordan and Salem Hills. A game that's coming up at 7 o'clock. And for Orem, they'll be back here tomorrow at 11 to take on the team who does not win that game. Our Heineman Associates player of the game, probably go Billy Bird. Billy Bird had an outstanding day. Drove in 3 runs, outstanding on the plate, or probably on the mound as well. And he is our Heineman Associates player of the game. He or Tanner Morgan. Morgan has 4 RBIs. We'll go there too. Morgan and Bird, absolutely outstanding. They drove in 7 of the 13 runs for Timpanogos. For Addison Grayson, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. Final score, Timpanogos 13, Orem 4. We will be back here at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A State Tournament.